In the vast and often turbulent landscape of human history, there is a singular, unwavering truth that has served as the bedrock for every great soul who ever walked the earth. A truth that Ralph Waldo Emerson articulated with a power that still vibrates through the centuries. That the only real power you will ever possess, the only power that can never be taken from you, is the power of self-reliance. We live in a society that is architected to make us look outward for everything, for our validation, for our direction, for our morality, and for our sense of worth. From the moment we are born, we are submerged in a sea of opinions, dogmas, and social structures that whisper to us that we are not enough on our own. We are taught to look at the stars and feel small, to look at the giants of the past and feel insignificant, and to look at the crowds of the present and feel the desperate need to belong. But Emerson stands as a sentinel at the gates of the soul, reminding us that every heart vibrates to that iron string of self-trust, and that to believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your private heart is true for all men, that is genius. This is the American spirit in its purest, most undiluted form. It is the realization that the universe is not something happening to you, but something happening through you. When we lean on others, when we become mere appendages to a political party, a religious sect, or a corporate hierarchy, we bleed out our vital energy. We become shadows of people, echoes of voices that are themselves just echoes. The power of self-reliance is the power to stand upright in a world that is constantly trying to knock you down or pull you into the fold. It is the courage to say that your own life is your own task and that you will not be a spectator in your own destiny. We often mistake self-reliance for a cold, isolated arrogance, but it is actually the highest form of humility before the divine spark within. It is the recognition that the Creator did not make a mistake when He made you, and that the specific combination of your talents, your struggles, and your insights is a unique gift to the world that only you can deliver. If you do not trust yourself, you are effectively telling the universe that its creation was flawed. Think of the immense waste of human potential that occurs every day because people are afraid to trust their own instincts. We see it in the person who stays in a soul-crushing job because society says it's safe, in the artist who hides their best work because it doesn't fit the current aesthetic, and in the thinker who stays silent because their ideas might be unpopular. Emerson tells us that whoso would be a man must be a nonconformist. He who would be a person of substance must be willing to walk alone if necessary, for it is in that solitude that the voice of the soul becomes audible. The crowd is a noisy, demanding distraction that wants you to be predictable and manageable. But the power of self-reliance is the power of the unpredictable. It is the power of the person who can look at a crisis and see an opportunity, who can look at a failure and see a lesson, and who can look at a void and see a canvas.
This power is not something you acquire. It is something you uncover. It is always there, buried under the layers of shoulds and musts that have been piled upon you since childhood. To reclaim it, you must be willing to undergo a sort of spiritual surgery, cutting away the dependencies that have made you weak. You must learn to sit in a room alone and be comfortable with the silence, for in that silence you are not alone. You are with the most important person you will ever know. We spend our lives seeking the suffrage of the world, wanting the likes, the nods, and the certificates of approval. But Emerson warns us that nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. When you absolve yourself to yourself, you find a peace that no external success can provide and no external failure can destroy. The world is a shifting kaleidoscope of fashions and opinions, but the self-reliant soul is a fixed point. This is the only power that can sustain you through the dark nights of the soul, through the moments of grief, and through the seasons of uncertainty. When you trust yourself, you become a source of strength for others, not because you are trying to lead them, but because your very existence is a testament to what is possible. You create a ripple effect of authenticity that encourages everyone around you to stand a little taller and speak a little clearer. We are taught to fear being misunderstood, but to be great is to be misunderstood. The world did not understand Socrates, it did not understand Jesus, it did not understand Galileo, and it does not understand anyone who refuses to be a carbon copy. If you are living a life that everyone understands, you are probably not living your own life. You are living a script that was written by committee. The power of self-reliance is the power to rewrite that script, to be the author of your own narrative, and to realize that your soul is a wide, unexplored continent. The American pioneer did not wait for a permit to cross the mountains. They went because the Spirit moved them. The modern pioneer is the one who crosses the mountains of social expectation to find the valley of their own truth. This requires a fierce, unwavering discipline. It means saying no to the trivial so you can say yes to the monumental. It means trusting that your gut feeling is actually the whisper of the universe guiding you toward your highest expression. We are often told that we need more connections, more networks, and more mentors, and while those can be useful, they are no substitute for the internal connection. If you are not connected to yourself, all the external networking in the world will only make you more lost. The self-reliant person is the one who can find their way in the dark because they carry their own light. This power is the only thing that is truly yours. Your money can be lost, your reputation can be tarnished, and your friends can leave you, but the integrity of your mind and the strength of your will are invincible. As Emerson so eloquently put it, a man should learn to detect and watch that gleam of light which flashes across his mind from within, more than the luster of the firmament of bards and sages. Do not be intimidated by the greatness of others. They were only great because they trusted themselves. They are your peers, not your masters. The history of the world is nothing but the biography of a few self-reliant individuals. Why shouldn't your name be added to that list? Why shouldn't your life be the next great experiment in truth? The power of self-reliance is the power to realize that you are enough right here and right now. You do not need to wait for a better time, a better job, or a better version of yourself. You are the power you have been seeking. The universe is waiting for you to realize it. It is waiting for you to stop apologizing, stop mimicking, and start being. For when you finally stand in the full stature of your own being, you will find that the world does not just tolerate you, it bows to you. The only power you will ever need is the power that has been inside you all along. Trust it, use it, be it. For nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you power but the triumph of your own principles. Walk your own path, for it is the only one that leads to the kingdom of your soul.